game for the side of them, but you know, a little bit too late.
Yeah, well, let's jump right into it. MAHARLIKA Esports on the blue side with the Drift on the red side. Keep your eyes out for Daiso and Reach Swag here as they try to make plays of their own as a majority of the stats leading into the favor of the Drift. Reach Swag. Down by bottom side, we're already seeing a bit of an interaction here. Esme already put down to 50% of the HP, but CJ doesn't want to forcefully push the wave, forcing him to actually recall. No, he sticks around. He will use the regenerate as the rest of the Drift actually looks to attack this orange buff, but Kelvin still gets it away. Can they punish it? And it's going to be Tong here to try and disengage the team. The flicker being used by Reach Swag as he comes on in Thorn Rose, as well as a puncture getting first blood onto Fuji, unable to run away, and another flicker coming out from Reach Swag.
MAHARLIKA, like clockwork, they know the Drift is going to invade their jungle on bottom side. They just clump up 4 men on that jungle itself, make the kill and give it to that Lancelot to help Kelvin have an upper hand in terms of jungle. And we saw MAHARLIKA, they are wide awake.
They are, but Fuji dying there was really unfortunate, and big battle spells have been expanded as well. With 60 seconds on the clock for Turtle, they're not going to have these key resources. Kelvin, he's going to tickle Fuji for a little bit, but immediately, both teams looking for position for the upcoming Turtle. Ford is hovering around this side. There's a good chance that the jungler will be too, but let's see, Starboy, he's going to have to coin flip this against Kelvin, who's able to kind of puncture on in towards that Turtle side. Who's going to win this retribution? It's going to be Martis here, as the Drift now continue their attack for their airstrike coming out, taking out as much damage as possible. That's going to be ANX already down, but we're also seeing an attempt coming out from Joy, who picks up a kill onto the Starboy, and now the counter engage is too strong. Esme finds her own kill in the Joy, and Lancelot is still alive despite it all.
That is a good game coming in for the Drift when the damage itself. Oh, okay.
No, I'm rookie. Can he actually make it through? I'm losing my words. That was too close for comfort. Way too close for comfort as Rookie is going to get pulled in. Wait, and no way, dude. He whiffed it. He whiffed the lightning bombs. He whiffed the lightning bombs. He didn't pull him in the right direction.
I know. MAHARLIKA seems like you're missing bits by bit, chipping away from their confidence right now. The Drift, they're getting luckier in terms of how MAHARLIKA makes a lot of mistakes. Yes, we saw CJ on that bot side total fight. CJ could deal much more damage, and the dashes played it really well. In terms of versus Esmeralda, that is where the full stops comes in. When Tiong played it really well.
Oh, they find the Kaja, instantly taking out his Starboy, decimates him with control over this top side. The Drift are going to control the space. CY and Kelvin are going to have to work together to clear this wave to minimize the amount of damage. Bennett's Rage comes on through the Thorn Rose in a weird angle, but now he's stuck. Puncture gets him just enough distance, but not enough for the torn apart memories. Well done. The Drift able to get another kill.
I think MAHARLIKA, they just leave Kelvin alone trying to punch at the backline of the side of the Drift. Only he is available at that team fight. So when the damage just want to connect, but just can't because Kelvin is alone. Doesn't have any backup some sort coming in for maybe Daiso or CY. That is a problem for the side of MAHARLIKA. Their communication is not on par with the Drift. They had much more petroleum coming in for side of the Drift.
I really hope those technical issues that MAHARLIKA was happening here didn't affect them. I guess not. Kelvin able to steal it away. Fuji finds 2 of his own as the rest of the Drift actually pounds onto Daiso and ANX. So much action here within the first 4 minutes and a 1.3 goal lead for the Drift.
Yeah, Martis is one of the problems coming in for the side of the Drift. 3 kills with 2 assists. Only 1, bodies coming in for the side of the Drift. Drift have 6 for MAHARLIKA. They tried to cope with the energy on the bottom side. One more CJ.
He can chase him down. He's got the extra movement speed, and unfortunately for Reach Swag, he tried to just hover over the wall for as long as possible. But CJ, he played it well. He played it real well.
Yeah, that is some quick Joy right there because of the damage and as well as the true damage has been pulled over for the first damage pulled over by Joy in this current patch is so much to handle with and lots more problems to be dealt on bottom side.
Yep, if he lands it perfectly, if he lands those dashes perfectly, he's able to get a bit of a shield, including extra damage, and not to mention that his ultimate actually gives him spell vamp if all 4 beats are hit perfectly. Fuji, does he? No, he backs off. He's not going to let loose just yet. He knows that there's a numbers advantage for MAHARLIKA on this top side.
They can't go for the dive just yet because 40 seconds for the total itself, and Forza is not near them at that moment. So Swag, I think they know that Forza is in that bush. In terms of MAHARLIKA, they're trying to find a way, but this is not the right way.
No, it's immediate pickup onto ANX, and he tries his best to open up the map, but without any support, they don't find a trade back onto the Drift. And the Drift, they are getting these kills, but we're not seeing the heavy punish that we would like to. And this could be it right now as Reach Swag gets into position and Tri-Brush. That's going to be tier 1 top side, immediately broken here. Oh, I Am Rookie quickly flickering out in time before the real world manipulation connects.
Yeah, I think that is the nice flicker coming. Okay, Joyce comes in with a couple more damage. Trying to proc the ultimate. I think MAHARLIKA could still dismiss Starboy a little bit early there.
Yep, and the snipe comes on through. Fuji might be in some trouble here as Kelvin tries his best, though he's holding up his Thorn Rose to try and dodge. He finally uses it. Puncture is already down, unable to close the distant. Reach Swag disengages the rest of the team and able to find a pickoff onto CJ, who is low, trying to attack Fuji in the back line.
I think the side of MAHARLIKA, they are currently just respond to whatever the Drift has been doing. And it's a bad thing for the side of MAHARLIKA because they cannot find the Drift as well as their momentum in this current matchup, because the Drift, when they go for objective retake, they played really well. They know how many damage. They just watch out for CJ that played much first damage. But the MAHARLIKA respond on top side.
Oh, Reach Swag just ate the whole Nibiru's passion. He thought he was out of it, but visually he looked like he was out of it, but unfortunately his life total had something else in mind. But now in the mid lane, we do see Kelvin finding 2 people, Starboy, and noticing the information that he has, goes back in to try and make something happen, to take this Little Wanderer away, and gets it.
I'm trying to think of how MAHARLIKA just trying to find out this matchup currently, because of how the Drift, they know how to catch the members of MAHARLIKA. Only the problem is how Daiso as well as NIX is the person that they target has target on their backs for side of the Drift. Because of NIX, 3 times will be taken away. You see how what happened when the Divine Judgment on top side doesn't even connect. It is a problem, but Kelvin?
Oh, he nearly died there. Fuji might have been able to pick him up, but the Thorn Rose and Puncture out of there. Kelvin just toying around to set things up for the rest of MAHARLIKA to actually pounce on them. A quick combo with a real world manipulation puts him out of their misery. CY ready to pounce and take this game back. Mid lane now under attack, but look at the quick rotations towards Lord.
I think they don't know that my Esmeralda is still there. I think if they have the damage from MAHARLIKA, they need to go with the Esmeralda right now because of the damage as well as the sustainability for Esmeralda is too much.
Oh, I Am Rookie taking so much damage to the torn apart memories. Keeps CJ alive, but Starboy, he might 50-50 this. He's gonna go and try. Who gets the Lord? It's gonna be MAHARLIKA. And Starboy, can he get the Decimate off in time? No, he's used it a little too early. And finally, a shutdown coming in as MAHARLIKA bring back the gold into their favor.
Too much ambition coming in for MAHARLIKA. They know they can take the Lord for themselves. But no, they had an X been taken away with that team fight alone. Bringing the Drift take 1 versus only MAHARLIKA get 3. That is your problem. The Drift, early matchup, so much impact. In terms of mid game and late game, you're going to see a problem here.
Yeah, and MAHARLIKA are only going to scale harder and harder. And with this very first Lord, let's see how much MAHARLIKA Esports is able to press that gold lead on their side. I mean, the Drift, they were getting impactful kills, yes, but they weren't able to punish. They weren't able to get more resources than their opponents. And now Lord is going to be knocking down that tier 2 here. No commitment from MAHARLIKA just yet as bottom side gets staggered. Mid waves haven't reached just yet, but MAHARLIKA are just pushing the Drift out of their jungle to ensure that this mid tier 1 falls.
That is a good possession gameplay coming in from MAHARLIKA. They just shut down the top jungle to just enforce the tier 1 towers on bottom side, and the members of the Drift, they cannot go in without the members. Well, there goes in.
Oh, Fuji, he finds two. Feather Airstrike to combo with a real world manipulation to try and buy some time for CJ and turns it around with the help of Nibiru's passion. Fuji dies, a 2-for-1 trade, but Starboy gets to live, and the same goes for Tong. They're still alive. Oh man. That could have been the turnaround of the century.
I think CJ played really well onto that Joy. The couple more dashes just played it on the hands of MAHARLIKA. In terms of that team fight, yes, they suffered the 2 loss despite the Drift only have 1. But MAHARLIKA is trying to force the table around. They still has the couple goal lead, but the Drift is not going to go down that easily because of that late game. They are waiting for the Farsa as well as Brody.
Yep, they want them to have a lot of damage on their sides. And Brody has been farming pretty heavily throughout this game. He may be level 12, 2-1, and 1, but he's been farming plenty hard. CY, on the other hand, has been a big combo enabler for MAHARLIKA to clean up the messes that have been made, and more importantly, can scale a little bit faster with the number of kills that he has. The additional gold is helpful.
Yeah, he's just kind of unfortunate for the side of the Drift. Been caught up on bottom side here, Tong.
Yep, Esme is still good though. The Frost Moon Shield's going to keep her alive as she regenerates the rest of her HP. But the Drift, you can see, as soon as Esmeralda got attacked, the rest of the Drift now take position in the mid lane. Fuji might have just found his target. Kelvin tries to get away, but honestly, he's playing tank a lot, so it's not as valuable.
Yeah, I think Fuji could just go for a commitment on that Kelvin pick here with the ult coming in. But I think if they go for one pickoff from the Drift, the members of MAHARLIKA could just run them down from the backside. When we saw Daizo as well as CJ on the back line of the Drift. So that is not a good position for the side of the Drift when they want to force the team fight coming in from Kelvin. But I think the Drift, they are scared right now because they doesn't know how many damage the MAHARLIKA could give, and as well as how Brody could cope with the damage.
Yep, and now we see that. Oh, great pickoff coming in from Kaja. We do see the empathy come out. Nobody gets hurt here. 50-50. Once again, Kelvin in the middle of it. Kelvin versus Starboy as they try and go for the retribution battle. It's going to be Fuji who takes it away. Brody dies in the back line as Reach Swag is forced to get out of there, but the real war manipulation has done its job with a double kill on their side. They continue to press their advantage as Lancelot chases Fuji around, knowing that they can actually get an inhibitor despite the fact that the Drift has taken the Lord. Let it walk on through. Kill the mid lane. Kelvin, stop Fuji from actually coming back. Tong is going to come back up just in time to try and protect the crystal. He's got to clear that way, but against 4 people, falling Star Moon, he's already used it. Fuji ends up dying at the same time, and now that's just going to be game. MAHARLIKA Esports taking away 1-0 against the Drift.
I'm speechless because of how that team fight. Yes!